You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. Today we have a real treat because I have I'm going to say young friend, not old friend, Amory Houghton, who is, if you know, a former congressman, former chairman of Corning, just a nice person. And there is something on my mind that I wanted to ask him, because these days when we watch the news, people in government and politics are attacking each other and insulting each other and saying nastier things than I can remember for a long time. But when you were in office, it wasn't quite like that. You always were very nice as far as you were concerned, but others among your colleagues were pretty nice. And I was talking to Hillary Clinton the other day, and she said that even though that was the Democratic Party and you were the Republican Party, you worked together and compromised on many things. And she said the nicest things about you on the opposition.
Yeah, well, she's a wonderful person. She was always terrific. Her mother was a great friend of ours who'd gone to Wellesley. And so I can remember the first time I met her was in the Senate dining room. And my wife was a wonderful asset. As a matter of fact, somebody said, how would you like to go down to Washington? I said, I would never go down without Priscilla. And she sort of set the stage. But, you know, when I went to Congress, there were two people who really led the pack. One was Bob Michael, who was the head of the minority party, which is Republicans, and Tom Foley. Both wonderful people, and they got along with one, so they set the stage. And if somebody got out of sync, they'd sort of slap them down. We don't do it that way. There isn't that leadership now. And everybody wants to take a partisan advantage, and as a result, they dig themselves even deeper into a hole.
How can this be changed?
Leadership. I mean, people change people. You can't publish a papal bull and say you should do this and that. No, it doesn't work that way. It's the people around you. If your boss or the people who are head of your conference act a certain way, deal with people a certain way, then you do too. And of course, I had the advantage, Henry, that I'd had my career in Corning. And I started in Congress when I was 60 years old. That's when most people get out. And so if I made a terrible false statement, or if I insulted somebody, they drummed me out of the party. That was all right too. I mean, I've had my fling at life, but I loved it down there, and I tried to do whatever I could. The great thing, if I can refer back to Priscilla again, my wife. She was a Democrat, I was a Republican. Wherever we went on a trip, a congressional delegation trip, wherever we sat in a dining room, it was always Democrats and Republicans together. We never did it any other way.
Changed now.
Yeah, oh, I know it. But you know, somebody has to lead the way.
Where are they?
I think a lot of them are there, but they're sort of scared. I can remember talking to Charlie Rangel at one time. You know Charlie?
Sure.
And I said, isn't it possible for somebody to stand up and say, this is all wrong, we're doing this thing badly. We've got to be able to stand up and say what we believe, but do it in a decent way. And he said, no, people are not willing to take that chance. And it's sad. It really is. It'll break out sometime.
I couldn't chat with you without asking the inevitable question. What do you think of Donald Trump?
Does that say something to you? Oh.
I'll ask another question.
All right.
What do you do now that you're retired, so-called? Because you're not really retired. You're running back and forth to Massachusetts, and meeting here, and what do you do all day?
Well, I've got several projects. First of all, the project is the church here. When I was growing up and went to Sunday school, there were 200 or 300 people in church. Now there are about 50. And that's true of all the mainline churches up and down First Street. So I'm trying to see what I can do there. And also they're running out of their endowment, so they've got to be very careful. Another thing I'm doing is working with the Faith and Politics Institute. John Lewis and I used to be involved in that, and to try to bring people of politics and of good, decent backing into the world of their faith and combine it so that you don't have Christianity or Islam or something over here and your job over there. They've got to bring it together, and that's one thing I'm doing. Another two things I'm doing is I'm writing an autobiography. Not that I mean, I've been hesitating on this for a long time. Not that I want to talk about myself, but I'm so damn old that I know things that other people don't. I mean, I was born in 1926. I don't know too many people who were born in 1926 and still alive. So I'm trying to put in place pieces. For instance, for example, I can remember in 1935 going down to a factory and watching the pouring of the disc. Now, how many people were around then? Very few. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it also reminisces about my family that I adored. And then the other thing is I'm working on a project called the Women of Corning. And I think you and I have talked about this in the past, that so many times the men, just because of the jobs they're doing or the attribution they have for a particular function, get the credit, and the women are in the background. And that's not right. I mean, I think I probably mentioned this to you, that I remember during World War II, one year my father was in London working for the War Production Board, and the glue that kept our family together was my mother. And she didn't have any fancy titles. She didn't aspire to be anything. She brought not only our family but also the friends together, and it made all the difference in the world. Those people get very little acclaim, and that's what I hope this book will do, is to bring out some of the extraordinary contributions. It's not only Lucy Maltby or Eileen Collins or people like that, but it's the people who are the homemakers and who create the atmosphere for children to grow up as decent people. And I hope that'll work. I've got this wonderful fellow, wonderful writer, working on that. So that's about it. All right.
You are, as always, a joy. A joy.
Thanks a lot.
You make me feel young.
I make everybody feel young. Look at me.
We're going to stay feeling young together. We'll see you soon.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. Do you see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
WENY News, the only local station with a full-time Washington, D.C. bureau, watching out for you.
Let's go! It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gonna make you jump, jump, jump. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
We are in the company of a very distinguished group of people. Look at this array of sheriffs and deputy sheriffs. And these are the people that keep you safe. And I thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to be in the sheriff's office in Steuben County and find out where does the money go that goes to law enforcement and keeping the peace, and what is happening that will help you. Sheriff Allard is the sheriff of Steuben County.
Yes, sir.
Real young-looking guy. And these are?
This is Corporal Locke and Deputy Brown and Deputy Hawk.
You know, I'm nervous about one thing because I watch these television programs, and there are meetings sometimes with law enforcement people and somebody who's kind of a semi-criminal like me, and they sit around like this, and then all of a sudden, when nobody's watching, they pull a gun out from this guy and stick him up. He's not even laughing at this. He's not even laughing at this. But you have this, this is fixed some way so you can't pull it out, right?
First, he'd have to get out of that chair.
It'd be a little complicated here, but yeah, it's difficult to remove without actually manipulating it properly. There are safeties to keep it from being removed.
I like to know all these little tidbits, you know. Now, there's a large budget for the sheriff's office, yes. And I don't think people really realize all the things that you do to protect the public. Mm-hmm. Now, you are among these people, you're the greatest talker, I understand. Because you're the sheriff.
There's been accusations that I like to talk, yeah.
So I'm going to leave it with you. You've got 8 minutes to say great things.
Great things. So when you look at the budget of the sheriff's office, obviously we have certain duties that we have to perform by constitutional decree, and that's having a jail and performing civil executions for the county. Everything after
when you say civil executions, you don't really mean what we think it sounds like.
We're not executing people, no.
No.
We're executing civil judgments, serving papers, receiving property that has been deemed a judgment from a court that needs to be retrieved. We also do several evictions every year, and that's part of our constitutional duties as the sheriff's office. In order to facilitate that, we also have a road patrol and other areas of protection that we provide to the citizens of Steuben County. We're also, constitutionally, the sheriff is the chief peacekeeper of the county, and we take that duty seriously here. So we provide services in court security, we provide services with school resource officers in the schools in the county, we provide the jail, the civil division. We also have the navigation division, which patrols Keuka Lake and Juanita Lake.
What's the budget come to?
The budget is significant. It's, I believe it's 1.8 million or more a year. I don't even have the total number, honestly. I go by what's allocated per division as we go through the budget.
But you do a lot of things people don't realize that you do.
Correct. Correct. We see ourselves a lot of times in a support situation with other agencies in the county. So, for example, Deputy Brown is a member of our tactical team. He's a sniper on that team. And we're the only agency within the county that has a tactical team that's trained and certified in accordance with New York State regulations as SWAT operators. Corporal Locke is a member of the support unit for the tactical team, and he brings the tools to the scene that we need in order to perform at that scene. He's also in charge of the navigation division and make sure that our boat patrol does what they're supposed to be doing and are staffed and have the tools they need to make sure that they can perform their duties. As you go across, one thing that I think makes the sheriff's office unique is that with this myriad of duties that we have a lot of different folks performing a lot of different functions at the same time. And we're very big on cross-training. We're very big on every person being able to do the job of their neighbor. And
you have a division for dogs too.
We do. We have 2 canines here in the county, and I believe you met Damon before. We also have Devin, who was named after Sergeant Devin Snyder, that was killed in Afghanistan in line of duty. And the Snyder Foundation donated that canine and all of the equipment to go with it. And Devin and Damon are on opposite shifts, so that we have virtually every day we have a canine available.
Well, I can't help but ask this because here we are with all of these distinguished law enforcement people who look very, very serious. And because it's a serious business.
It is.
But I'll bet that someplace you have some stories that are as funny as can be that have taken place.
I'm sure that
things that you can talk about. Like what?
Stories like, I tell this story every now and again, where we responded to help the fire department with a lift, someone who had fell out of their bed. And when we got there, the person was supposed to be 280 pounds. And when we arrived, the husband told us that he wasn't quite truthful. She was actually 380 pounds. And we had to lift this person back into bed, and it was a strenuous exercise. And those kind of things happen all the time where you're told one thing and you arrive and it's something completely different. And if you can't find the humor in the situation, in any situation that you're involved in, it makes for a very long career.
When people sit and watch this program, what is it that they can do that would really be helpful to law enforcement or to the sheriff's department?
Provide us with information. We partner with the community a lot, and Deputy Brown he's one of our firearms instructors, and we do a lot of instruction with the community. Again, we do a Citizens Police Academy. We do pistol permit safety course, we do motor safety course, we do driver safety course, we do a pistol proficiency course for those folks that have their pistol permit. And our sense here is that we believe that police are parts of the community and the community is the police. And we try to merge that and have that interaction any way we can. Because if we don't get the information through our tip line, 844 drug tip, if we don't get the information from the community to partner with us and tell us what's going on that we may or may not see, we're only half as effective as we can be. And so we rely on the public to communicate with us and supply us with the information we need to do our job, but also let us know how we're doing. We have on our website, we have a place where you can email in and report when a deputy or a corrections officer here at the sheriff's office has impacted your life. And we commend them for that. And
thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Thank you.
I'm just doing this in case I'm stopped on a highway someplace. They'll remember me, you see. But thank you very much, because I don't think most people realize the depth and how much you are there, and the fact that they're safe is really because you're there.
And I can never say enough what a wonderful job our deputies do. And I'm so proud of what they do, and I can never, ever speak enough as to their level of commitment.
And if you were here, these guys, I wouldn't want to meet them on a dark street because they are serious and they look like they could just take me over the shoulder in 2 seconds. Don't try. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Come by. We're at the sheriff's office. If you come by soon, I will be here. I'm not sure they're going to let me out.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Okay, so we drowned the fire.
Yep.
Stirred it. Drowned it again. And now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it. Can we get strawberries? Okay.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Have you ever wondered what is the Gaffer district in Corning? We have all the answers, and the lady who runs it all and inspires it is Colleen Fabrizi, whom I have known for many years. We're very young. But why don't you explain to those who haven't really known the Gaffer district, what does it do? Because you arrange all kinds of events and make this part of Corning really colorful.
Well, thank you.
Isn't it nice I get to interview beautiful ladies every time we do these things?
You're very kind. Thank you.
Well, we've known each other for many, many years, well, since we were children practically.
Oh, absolutely. So the Gaffer district is a place where people come and make memories. We're a beautiful
downtown. This is a great line. You made that up.
It's true. We're an amazing downtown filled with one wonderful experience after the other. Whether it's a great event, wonderful food in our restaurants, some divine shopping, and just a place where you can actually enjoy every moment. It doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, or what your interest is. You can have a good time in the Gaffer district.
What area does it encompass?
Well, it includes the north side of Denison Parkway all the way down to Bridge Street, and then all the way to the end of Bridge where it intersects with Pulteney, and then wing way down there past Black's gas station, and it picks up Centerway and comes up here, connects with Tioga, loops in the Radisson Hotel, and back around again.
So you have everything that's of any importance in the area.
Absolutely. And we're nestled in a beautiful region.
And even though today is a little overcast, the sun always shines here, especially on this Centerway Square, which is also one of your interesting things to promote.
Yes, we have many events throughout the year, as you had mentioned. Many of our concerts are here on the square stage. We also have concerts in Riverfront Park during our Glass Fest weekend, which is just the end of May, Memorial Day weekend. And then we also like to have music and entertainment on both ends of the street and over on Bridge Street. We have a couple of great events that happen there actually in the summer.
Do you plan all these yourself?
I have a remarkable group of people I get to work with every day, and there are 11 of us total.
Really? 11?
Yeah, we work throughout the year to just get the word out about this wonderful downtown and everything there is to do here.
And one of the things that you always get out so well is that there are the most terrific bargains on the street here.
Yes, we have some of the most wonderful independently owned businesses in this entire region. They're wonderful, and it's complemented by large chains like Bass and Van Heusen, Tommy Hilfiger, and the Corningware Corral and Moore store. So it's a nice downtown where you get a combination of that larger entity and then what's so important, the independent businesses.
You can save, and I think I'm telling the truth, you can save enough money shopping here to pay for the trip to Corning if you come from out of town.
Absolutely.
Because Tommy Hilfiger and some of the other great names they have so much off that you can't leave without buying something.
Well, you're absolutely right. And I think it's also important for people to realize these independently owned shops, again, that coexist here with the larger brands, they have some of the most unique and wonderful offerings, whether you're shopping for yourself or somebody else. It's just a delightful place to shop. And you better pick up some of our wonderful food while you're in town. Not to mention our galleries and our museums. Do I sound like an ad for the Gaffer District
Yes,
right
and
now?
that's what you should. You should. And everything that she says is true.
It is.
And the restaurants are wonderful. Hello there, how are you? Passers by always say hello. If you sit here in the middle of the day, everybody will come and say hello.
True story.
Passers by, you may not even know them, but they wave at you.
You're absolutely right. We're a friendly downtown.
Friendly downtown. And restaurants across the street down here, every block there are 2 or 3 very, very good ones. Everything from one of the world's greatest pizzerias just down here, Agnello's.
Oh, you're a fan.
I'm a fan. I interviewed him before he died.
Aw.
And he was funny. He had a great sense of humor, and he still knew how to make a pizza.
And he passed it down.
That's right. Except that his daughter goes to Florida for the winter.
Oh.
Did you know that? She should be making pizza.
I think her brother takes care of that, and some wonderful employees.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing that you bring up, because there is a feeling around Corning and some of the other areas Bath is trying, Hammondsport has succeeded, with a spirit with the people who work here,
yes,
who are not only friendly and efficient, but really, really nice people.
Absolutely.
How do you make nice people? Did you go to college for that?
No, I was fortunate. There were a lot of nice people when I came to this community several years ago. It's a place where people really are proud to call home, the place they work, the place they own a business, or the place they visit. It's just a nice, good place to be.
And it's a good place to be also because you have Corning, Inc., as well as Corning, the town and the city.
Absolutely.
And one helps the other, and they all work together.
You know, that's the key here. We are a community, and we're a community that has so many dimensions to it, but the common bond is we love this city, we love the community, and we love the region that we're in.
Now there's another mogul that works here with you, Tom Trenda.
Yes.
And what does he do?
He is the president of Corning Enterprises, which is the community arm for Corning Incorporated.
I see.
Good guy.
Good guy, yes.
Good guy.
Everybody's going. The fact the fellow who runs Corning Inc. is a good guy.
Yes, he is.
Tall, but he's good anyway.
Very tall compared to me.
And very, very nice.
Absolutely.
Very pleasant, and I joked with him because I said it must be very frustrating to live in Corning when you're chairman of Corning, because you can't go any place without being recognized. And says, there he is, there he is, there he is. But he handled it very well. It was charming and delightful, as is everybody. You should come here. I'll be sitting in the square. The sun is going to be out very shortly. Music is playing behind us. I have a beautiful lady with me. We're going to have lunch together any second now. Yeah, any second now. Sorry you can't join us, but I'll eat your portion. Have a good day.
You're watching WENY HD.